Think gadget reviews, news, and all about it.
Apple iPhone 7 Plus review. 1. The rozzers would have a hard time arresting anyone with a single handcuff. Good luck knitting that ugly Christmas jumper with only one needle. And as if a solitary KitKat finger could ever last your entire tea break. The particular pair we're interested in, though? The two cameras pointing out the back of the Apple iPhone 7 Plus. What used to just be a plus-sized version of the vanilla iPhone has now fully stolen the spotlight from its smaller brother, thanks to some clever camera tech. Combine it with all the other tweaks and upgrades Apple has made for 2016, and you're going to find yourself needing bigger pockets, because this is now the best iPhone out there. 2. Apple iPhone 7 Plus camera, double trouble. Apple's approach for the iPhone 7 Plus? One sensor for close-up snaps, and another for zooming in on the action. It's a genius idea that has a genuine effect on the shots you take. This ain't no gimmick. So how does it work? Well, hop into the camera app and you'll find a new 1x icon at the bottom of the screen. Tap it and you'll switch from the f/1.8 wide-angle sensor to the f/2.8 telephoto, for 2x optical zoom. You can tap and hold, then drag up or down to digitally zoom in up to 10x. Optical image stabilization goes a long way to keeping your shots steady, even when you're zoomed in, so you'll be able to tap unsuspecting wildlife without spooking them, or get closer to the action at a gig without having to brave the mosh pit. Bear in mind though that the optical zoom only works up to 2x, and that even Apple's legendary image processing can't rescue the detail that gets lost once you start dialing up the digital zoom. 3. Apple iPhone 7 Plus display, see the light. The reason all your photos look so damn good on that 5.5-inch display is that they're both shot and shown in a wide color gamut. That doesn't just mean more colors, but also more lifelike ones, so you get greater vibrancy, without deviating from how a scene actually looked when you pressed the shutter button. It's also the brightest iPhone screen yet, with a 25% boost to peak brightness, which means you can now read the screen in direct sunlight. Yep. There's finally no need to run for shade whenever a WhatsApp message comes through. 4. Apple iPhone 7 Plus audio, jack it in. The Plus has excellent sound to back up the stellar screen, with stereo speakers finally finding their way into an iPhone for the first time, or second if you count the fact that they're also included on the smaller iPhone 7. They can pump out impressively loud audio, and don't sound half bad either. No need to grab your backup buds when you want to watch a YouTube video. 5. Sound has taken a hit in another area, though, the headphone port. It's gone, ditched in favor of Apple's Lightning port. That means lugging around a clunky 3.5mm adapter if you want to use your existing set of cans, or cutting the cord altogether with Bluetooth. Is it an annoying move? Absolutely. Is it the only phone to lose it? Nope, Android phones such as the Moto Z have ditched it too. Is it the end of the world? Nah, not really. 6. The ugly adapter is almost definitely going to get lost, and the number of people using Apple AirPods on the morning commute are probably going to skyrocket given that there's a Lightning-equipped pair in the box, but the grumbling will stop eventually. Besides, Bluetooth headphones are really good these days. 7. Apple iPhone 7 Plus design, back in black. Aside from the Mia headphone port, you'd be hard-pressed to pick the iPhone 7 Plus from a lineup of 6S Pluses, well, from the front at any rate. There's barely any difference at all, with the biggest being that the home button isn't actually a button now. It's still got fingerprint sensing Touch ID smarts that work just as swiftly as those on last year's phone, but it now sits flush to the phone. To make up for it no longer being a proper pressable button, it's been kitted out with Apple's Taptic Engine, a feature which first showed up in the new MacBook trackpad and Apple Watch. 8. Here it uses haptic feedback to mimic the feel of an actual click, and it mostly works. It'll definitely take some getting used to, mainly due to it feeling as if you're clicking in the whole bottom of the phone, rather than just the button. But you can tweak it to make it more or less clicky, and we suspect that after a few weeks with it you'll barely remember a time when it felt any different. Flip the iPhone 7 Plus over, of course, and you'll instantly spot the twin camera sensors, along with the stealthy antenna lines that have been bumped closer to the top and bottom. 9. Apple iPhone 7 Plus Power and Battery, Speed Demon. It might be big and bulky compared to the svelte iPhone 7, but there's no way you can call the iPhone 7 Plus slow or sluggish. The 4-core A10 Fusion chip inside makes sure things always feel instantly responsive, whether handling apps, multitasking, adding camera effects or even enjoying a spot of Pokémon catching. It's no slouch when it comes to games, either, keeping even demanding titles such as Riptide GP2 and Asphalt 8 ticking along at a healthy frame rate. Indeed, the holy trinity of screen real estate, stereo speakers and haptic feedback makes this one of the best phones for gaming out there. 10. Apple iPhone 7 Plus Verdict. The camera has always been one of the iPhone's greatest weapons against the encroaching army of rapidly improving Android handsets, and the substantial upgrade Apple has squeezed into the iPhone 7 Plus makes it a no-brainer for mobile photographers. Waterproofing is a welcome touch, bringing it on par with Sony and Samsung phones, and it's a performance powerhouse when it comes to apps and games. Add in a better battery and you've got a clear winner over the vanilla iPhone 7.